Here we have artist Yreka, the Hawaiian heartbreaker Locklear, with her model of her own creation inspired by Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury. The title of this is Suppression. Quote, "You don't have to burn books to destroy a culture. Just get people to stop reading them," unquote. This art garment represents the fire and smoke of the books that have been burned and the destruction of critical thinking and cultural depth. This Fahrenheit 451 inspired design is made up of color-shifting silk organzas and many layers of different fabric ruffles. Cascading ruffle techniques are used throughout the piece to create an illusion of flowing smoke and texture. Additionally, layering different hue-shifting organzas to create a smooth, fiery gradient represents the metaphorical and physical aspects of fire in the story. The topics of cultural destruction, loss of critical thinking, suppressing of knowledge in Fahrenheit 451 inspired the creation of this design as it aligns with current day events in this world and the importance of keeping information accessible to anyone. Thank you, Yreka. Chris Martin modeling her own creation, inspired by The Raven by Edith Poe. Chris used a vintage silk skirt from the 1980s, a 1970s lace blouse, and a simple modern corset top appliqued with salvaged lace from a 1900s bodice. The hat is also vintage, and she hand-stitched black peonies to it with crows peeking out. The committee loved Chris's interpretation of Poe's famous poem, known for its dark and distraught protagonist mourning his lost love, Lenore. Vintage materials were used to emphasize the timelessness of the story, and Chris uses makeup for a dramatic effect. Lovely. Thank you very much. Ashley Fisher's modeling her own creation, inspired by Queen of the Damned by Anne Rice. The title of this work is Human Family Record. In the book, Queen of the Damned, two of the first vampires were twin red-headed witches, and one of the twins had a child before they turned into a vampire. The familial relationships in the story inspired Ashley to make a long tapestry cake that includes the history of their human family tree, the focal point of the garment. The embellishment is painted and embroidered where necessary to define the elements to be easily understood. Ashley is a jewelry maker, and her ensemble features an ornate macrame necklace that she fashioned herself. That's beautiful, Ashley. That makes me want some red wine. Here is Valerie Bloss's creation with model Kenny Dean. The title of this piece, Coat of Many Colors, is inspired by the Holy Bible, Book of Genesis 37:3. The coat is made of cotton, embellished with ribbon and hundreds of hand-sewn beads. The tunic is made of a cotton and linen blend, and the hem is embellished with beads and sequins. The sash is synthetic satin adorned with tassels. The head wrap is a linen scarf with fringe. The Coat of Many Colors is the story about a 17-year-old shepherd boy named Joseph, whose father gave him a magnificent coat of many different colors. Joseph's 11 jealous brothers threw him in a pit and sold him into slavery in Egypt. There, Joseph became the favorite of the Pharaoh, and ended up in a position of power over the entire country of Egypt and helped his family despite their betrayal. The inspiration for this coat began one Saturday morning about 10 years ago. The designer was given a nudge to drive to a specific fabric store in Ashland, Oregon, and buy the fabric in the window. A coat pattern emerged, and the process to create this coat just came together. It has been a mystery as to why the coat was created. Perhaps for this runway fashion show, maybe a divine inspiration. I think it was both. Thank you, attendees. The artist for this next piece is Robin O'Brien. It's modeled by Leah D. The inspiration, wild, from lost to found on the Pacific Crest Trail by Cheryl Strait. This is a wild hiking dress. A hooded hiking dress with full sides that were made from a discarded tent. The inspiration was author Cheryl Strait, who wrote Wild when she was a broken 26-year-old. Recently divorced, orphaned by her mother's breast cancer, and spent from emotional exhaustion. She set out, inexperienced and alone, a 1,000-mile journey on the Pacific Crest Trail. This hiking dress represents the tent that was her only shelter. The full side zipper encloses her like a cozy sleeping bag. The map of the painful, life-changing journey is made with bootlaces front and center. A pocket on the back to hold the books that became her trusted friends, as well as a monster backpack made from old camping pads, complete this unique look. Enjoy the hike, honey. I'll be waiting for you in the victory over Flexpro and satellite TV. Brian Meek, modeling his own inspired creation, Follow the Crows by B.B. Griffin. The title of this, The Walker. Knit jersey pants with textured knit shirt, jacquard vest, feathered headdress, and cape. According to the novel, crows are seen as bridging life and death, connecting the material and spiritual worlds. Ben, the protagonist in this novel, dies and learns that he has become what the novel will call a walker. Someone who has the duty to work with the crows to help lost souls in the afterlife go where they belong. Brian is endlessly inspired by the history and culture of indigenous tribes. This is a beautiful, beautiful creation, Brian. Models her original creation, inspired by Anne of Green Gables. The title of this piece is Miss Shirley. When Canada's favorite little red-haired orphan, Anne of Green Gables, was a child, she begged to wear puffed sleeves. As an adult, she became a teacher, Miss Shirley. Her outfit features an antique Canadian grove-grain gourd skirt with superb applique detail, including covered buttons at the hem and mini tuck pleats. A black satin cummerbund circles the waist. A cream-colored blouse reaches high in the neck and is trimmed with heavy-cut lace. And, of course, Adelaide's revered, mature teacher has surpassed popped and finally indulged herself with leghorn sleeves. A small bolero vest finishes the outfit. Low-heeled, white-kid button boots complete this look. Thank you, Bee. Artist models her own creation, inspired by Where the Mountain Meets the Moon by Grace Lynn. The title of this work is Dragon's Pearl. This beautiful ensemble uses a hand-dyed, multicolored blend, along with vignettes hand-painted on fabric. Wire, foam clay, and styrofoam were used to create the headdress. Holly's inspiration for Dragon's Pearl comes from a story based in mythical Chinese culture, where the main character, Min Li, befriends a flightless dragon and selflessly helps him, only to be later rewarded. This piece brings in the important elements of the story through vignettes. The front of the dress has a barren village of fruitless mountain where Min Li lives, and the dragon wishing upon the moon to fly. The goldfish represent the heart and beginning of her journey. On the back of the dress, you have her village transformed into a fruitful mountain, and her dragon friend happily flying with his new friend, Dragon's Pearl. The Dragon's Pearl on the headdress represents the opportunity for the receiving all portion. Lastly, the sleeves and cape represent the dragon who covers Min Li in protection throughout the journey and is the catalyst for Min Li's realization that love, family, and friends are the greatest fortune of all. Another brand new creation is found by the lovely Yreka Performing. The title of this is Jellyfish, inspired by 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. Turquoise textured knit skirt with a headdress and pendant. Wow. Brian uses tinsel, fabric, lace, ribbon, and rainbow organza to great effect as the fabric floats and bobs as the model walks the runway. Steeped in 19th century science fiction and steampunk aesthetics, this jellyfish dress of translucent turquoise reflects the iridescent glow of jellyfish, symbolizing the eerie beauty and alien nature of the ocean depths of the world of 20,000 leagues under the sea. Thank you, Brian. Artist Hillary Wilson Fahey and model Sunny Loftus. Inspired by When You Were Engulfed in Flames by David Sedaris. Hillary's favorite author, non-fiction humor writer David Sedaris, can take a mundane, everyday event and turn it into something interesting, funny, and memorable. She thought, what's more mundane than a pair of jeans and a button-up? Hillary never buys new fabric, so she used men's jeans and reworked them to tell a more interesting story. The button-up shirts were also thrifted and reworked to create a reversible shirt jacket. The design also features a beaded inside joke that David Sedaris wrote as a personal note in one of her books. The garments are cotton, easy to care for, sustainable, wearable, and completely one of a kind. And though they may seem simple, they took hours of work and creativity. Overall, the look and the effort behind it are simultaneously quotidian and interesting, like Sedaris' essays. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, Here is model Rachel Clivey with a Kim Presley creation titled Lupin Dress. This creation was inspired by the children's book Miss Rumphius, a story by Barbara Cooley, which features the life of fictional Miss Alice Rumphius, a woman who sought a way to make the world more beautiful and found it in planting lupins in the wild. The gown is shantung silk with batik silk and lace applique using the colors of the silver lupin native to Siskiyou County. Let's just take this in, folks. This is beautiful. Thank you very much. Creation. This one, modeled by Cheyenne Cunha, is titled Pharaoh's Secret from the book of the same name by Clive Cussler and Graham Brown. The story is about a scheming power broker who deciphers an ancient weapon developed by Osiris, the ruler of the Egyptian underworld. This weapon, a plant extract known as the Black Mist, is rumored to have the power to take life from the living and restore it to the dead. I thought that's what garlic was for. Ryan imagines his interpretation of the novel as a reincarnated Egyptian woman in modern attire. The slip-over bodice is made from four-way stretch velour. He uses cotton prints to make the shawl and skirt, and the headdress is creatively made from carpet padding. Clever boy. That's beautiful, Brian. The next three garments were all made by Ham Wilden and inspired by King Arthur and his Knights of the Round Table by Roger Lancelin Green. The first piece is titled Lady in Waiting and is modeled by Bailey Turk. Queen Benbear had many ladies in waiting. They were always ready to do the queen's bidding. Bailey is outfitted in a traditional dress with a twist. Pam uses a bright paisley fabric and contrasting light blue headwear that both notes her station and ties in with her bold chatelaine belt. Lovely. That's lovely, baby. Thank you very much. Beautiful Pam. The second book in Pam's King Arthur series is titled Sir Lancelot and is modeled by K.K. Long. Sir Lancelot, son of Galahad, was chosen to be the Queen's knight. He was also a member of the Round Table. He has his traditional outfit, including a metallic fabric resembling a chain-mail tunic with hood, a satin cape with white insignia, heavily textured surcoat with embellished trim, and finishing the look with boots and a sword. Thank you, KK. Pam's final Arthurian creation, modeled by Katrina Loudon, King Arthur and his knights, Queen Guinevere. Guinevere was the wife of King Arthur. She was held in high esteem and was assigned a knight for protection. Pam uses brocade and damask fabrics for this outfit that is designed to be worn to gathering. The appliques and beading accentuate its romance and regalness, along with its voluminous underskirt. More than 20 yards of material was used in this garment. Pam ties the look together with intricate lace trim and braid. Regal indeed, Pam. Thank you, Katrina. Wonderful costume. Artist Aidan Pearson models her own creation, inspired by the movie Damsel, screenplay by Dan Mezzo. The title of this piece is Elodie, the Betrayed Bride. Besides the usual fabric, thread, snap buttons, and elastic, Aidan incorporates cardboard, hot glue, clay foam, and gold paint, and silicone molds to exciting effect. All of the armor pieces were sculpted out of foam clay. Her goal was to create a two-way look inspired by the movie Damsel, blending royal elegance with survival strength. It is luxury gown meets dragon-ready armor, while capturing the shift from princess to warrior and the resilience found when stories transform on the screen. This piece embodies her loyalty, as well as her independence and fortitude in the face of danger. The armor represents her need to be on guard to survive, with the dragon scales as a reminder of her struggle. The aspects of gold throughout the design emphasize her royal blood, as well as that which bought her as a sacrifice. The design is meant to be Elodie after the movie took place, with her newly found courage and determination. Artist Sheila Mason designed this next outfit, modeled by Leonie Metcalf. The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes was her inspiration. The title of this is Half Horse Librarian. A denim dress with pinafore made of deconstructed, discarded books. The skirt had 6 dozen flowing fabric squares depicting pages of books. The challenge in making the garment was getting fabric to look and feel like paper. The design is inspired by the Depression-era WPA pack-horse librarians who delivered books to isolated mountain communities on horseback. The pack-horse librarians were part of Eleanor Roosevelt's Traveling Library Initiative. The women faced physical challenges as well as societal scrutiny and personal hardship. Sheila references this by the tough denim undergarment used in the ensemble. Sheila celebrates the women's strength and mutual support as they brought literacy to remote communities. Thank you, Sheila and Brianna. Artist Chris Martin with her creation, modeled by Chris and Jim Martin. Inspired by James and the Giant Peach by Roland Dahl. This dress is inspired by 18th century French style with an oversized peach velvet skirt over panniers to give it the fullness of a peach. This uses vintage and antique salvage with Chinese embroidered scraps and satin jacquard on the bodice and in the skirt. She stitched faux peach branches, leaves, and blossoms to the bodice and the matching hat, which also features hand-felted small insects that are the main characters in the book. Artist Cheryl Monaco models her own creation inspired by Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. The title, Alice's Grandmother. Alice's grandmother is not a character in the original Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, yet here she is. She is an elderly woman with a whimsical and eccentric style, a mix of Victorian elegance and Wonderland's quirky charm. She has a mass of silver curls that refuse to be tamed. She wears a bustier adorned with textured fabric, metallic threads, beads, vines, and trinket amulets. The bustier further has lace sleeves and skirt over leggings. The ensemble is designed to allow for flexible movement during her many escapades. She also wears tiny pocket watches as earrings. Her warm yet mischievous smile hints fabric technique on the front of the garment. With this technique, the stitcher has the freedom of sewing crooked as well as working with wrinkled fabric. Included are metallic threads and cords, beads or trinkets, ribbon, and anything from her sewing treasures that suits her fancy, like some sort of Frankensteinian seamstress. Sharon slices and dices fabrics and sews them back together again, creating a completely new fabric for a unique and whimsical look. The fabric and the thread are used like an artist uses their paints and canvas, unleashing a new freedom where sewing becomes an art form. Thank you, Sharon. Jazz Swing created this next look, modeled by Kimmy Dean, inspired by Sadako and the Thousand Paper Cranes. The title of the piece, The Crane. This rayon and silk ensemble with full culottes and kimono-style jacket was constructed using various fabric folding origami-like techniques. It is hand-dyed with ombre blend and topped with a crane-like fascinator headpiece and paper crane to honor both the story and the mythos of the red-crowned crane as a symbol in Japan. The inspiration comes from the true story of Sadako Sasaki, who was 2 years old when Hiroshima was hit by the atomic bomb. It is a story of hope, courage, and the wish for peace. When Sadako was 8, she was dying of leukemia as a result of radiation exposure. While in the hospital, she began folding paper cranes. A Japanese legend tells that a wish is granted to anyone who folds 1,000 paper cranes, but she died before she could complete them. Her classmates continued folding them in her honor, as children around the world do today. Croad's idea was to create a garment that's color and fluidity resembled the gracefulness of Japan's red-crowned crane, with folding embellishments reminiscent of a paper crane in a style that honored the culture of the story. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Frank. Sheila Mason. Lenita Higgs modeling her creation inspired by Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. The title, Light at the Water's Edge. The design is inspired by the 1920s, when glamour and excess met business success. The excess of the era was fueled by a booming post-war economy and aggressive consumerism. Sheila represents the excess of the era by using the fullness of 6 yards of fabric in the pants. The deep teal green color represents the water's edge and green light at the end of the dock in The Great Gatsby. The shirt and pant ensemble honor a departure from women wearing dresses at this time in history. The vest is made of layers of teal fabric with lace overlay that is embellished with sequins and Swarovski crystals. Wow, very rich looking. Thank you. Thank you, Sheila. Here is Mark Jensen modeling Tim Buckley's creation. The title of this piece, Rip Van Winkle. Rip Van Winkle is a famous American short story by Washington Irving. It features a lazy, henpecked Dutch-American villager who, after drinking a potent alcohol, falls asleep in the Catskill Mountains for 20 years. Later, awakening to a world he no longer recognizes, and with a real bad case of bed hair to boot. His ensemble features a form-fitting suit that hugs the body, in imitation of Rip's aged and wrinkled skin. This is Rip Van Winkle. Artist Summer Dawn models her own creation, inspired by Beautiful Chaos by Robert M. Drake. The title of this piece is Beautiful Chaos. Beautiful Chaos serves as a collection of poetry that reads like intimate notes to oneself. exploring the unspoken thoughts we carry. It delves into the passions that drive us and the pains that linger in our wounds, emphasizing the balance of life. Summer said she believes life is a tapestry of reactions where chaos coexists with beauty. Even in the midst of struggles and sorrow, beauty can be found if we choose to see it. This dress features cotton and polyester fabrics, tulle, chains, boning, and ribbons, as well as comic book prints, bold colors, and an uneven hemline that all serve to embody the book's vibrant energy and emotion. Summer's design reflects the idea that what may appear chaotic can ultimately be beautiful. Yes, thank you. Artist Karen Cabron, in collaboration with Evelyn Springelmeyer. Modeled by Karen Cabron. Inspired by the One Straw Revolution written by Masanobu Fukuoka. The title of this design, Simplicity in Nature. Simple natural fiber dress decorated with needle-felted wool appliques of various representations of the natural world, with the sun at the heart of it all. Oriental bamboo hat, side, and wheat straw bouquet as accessories. The story is the journey of one revolutionary Japanese farmer from traditional farming to scientists preaching chemical farming and finally to natural farming. His insights reveal how chemical agriculture harms the health of the soil and ultimately all living beings. Karen's felted wool appliques depict the life the farmer Karen believes that as a farmer, the farmers today are time for poetry, singing, and village life. To illustrate Karen shared this haiku, she wrote, "Mother Nature knows simplicity is the way. Let her do the work." Thank you, Karen. Michael Clarno in a Sharon Kisman creation titled Captain Nemo, Time Traveler. Meet Captain Nemo stepping on the pages of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea by Jules Verne. From 1869 to the present, Nemo has been a time traveler, wearing his trench coat with clocks from every time zone, maps of where he's been, and maps of where he intends to be. I'm now a time traveler, time bandit, stealing time, taking time, and making it mine. See the embroidery of my marvelous hands stitched on my coat's back yoke. Real or imagined, I still feel the presence of that monstrous squid. Yet he hasn't defeated me. I do enjoy calamari from time to time. Thank you, Michael. Artist and model, Becca Blake. Inspired by The Marriage of Heaven and Hell by William Blake. The title, Doors of Perception. If the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as it is, infinite. For man has closed himself up till he sees all things through narrow chinks of his cavern. William Blake used this metaphor to express his views on humanity's limited perception of reality. He believed that people tend to close themselves off, seeing things only through narrow chinks of their cavern. instead of experiencing the world in its infinite and true form. This quote also famously inspired Aldous Huxley's book, The Doors of Perception, which in turn gave the band The Doors their name. This art garment is a wedding dress for the marriage of heaven and hell. The sheer fabric allows for a transparent impact, alluding to the cleansing perception. The door-shaped crown alludes to the mind as the doorway into the infinite. The eyes along the central column signify the balancing of earthly and heavenly gateways. Thank you, Becca. Maggie Woodard, modeling her own creation inspired by Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling and Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl. The title of this piece, Harry Meets Willy. Maggie had a lot of fun merging the eccentric costume styles of these two unusual fantasy characters. She created the Cosmic Stars Moon's dress, top hat, and necklace. She accessorized it with boots, a scarf, and a wand. She sewed rhinestones on the dress so it sparkles. There was a large yellow sun and a crescent moon on the side pockets. Okay, it's a parade of costumes. I didn't have that last one. It's not here. If you are an artist who created a costume or you are a model, please stand and let yourself be known. Walking around, any of you creators, stand in the middle. You did a wonderful job. Thank you all for coming. Yeah, this is good stuff.
I'd like everyone to know that all these people worked so hard on their costumes, and all the people that worked to make this happen were all volunteers. So let's give them a hand.